Hi, everyone. Welcome again to Mystic Bee Spiritual Insight. I am your host, Anna Marie. I hope life has been treating you kind lately, and I just am so appreciative that you've decided to tune in. This is a really special time each week for me. Really want this to be valuable for you too. So I'm looking forward to all that's coming up in the next 30 minutes. If this is your first time tuning in, just to let you know, you can watch every Thursday, same time, same place. We are available via live stream. You can listen by podcast on a number of platforms. And if there's any episodes that you happen to miss, you can always watch the replays. Just stay tuned to A1R Psychic Radio, Moonstruck TV, or our Facebook page. What I'd like to do is first just set the intention for us to all connect with just some open minds, open hearts, and being gracious with one another. We do our very best to take callers we can. I think everyone that's meant to receive a message will receive a message. Just always remember that if for some reason you don't get a live reading today, there's probably some other information or insights that you can take away from the callers. You can also connect for a private session one-on-one through my Facebook page or the mystic-bee.com website. You can also connect with other wonderful psychics on the network and also come back next week. So I will be taking 2 live callers tonight, as I've tried to do each episode. But I first want to share a little bit of a numerology update. So in addition to offering spiritual insights through psychic readings, I also do numerology and a few other things, but some people aren't as well acquainted with numerology. So simply said, numerology really is just the study of numbers and their mystical meanings and how we can use that information to gain insights about personalities, events, spiritual paths. It's just one other tool that people can use kind of along their spiritual journey. So I do wind some numerology messages into these episodes, but I want to start sharing a little bit more numerology 101 on my Facebook page to help teach some of you how to calculate your own individual numbers. So just want to say, stay tuned to my Facebook page. If you're not following, feel free to do that. I'm going to start doing just a little bit more education around numerology on the sites. And then that will help you. If you join these episodes on Thursdays, you'll get a little bit more insight as I start weaving in more, just more in-depth numerology messages with the show. So we do have the intention to have a couple of callers today. But again, I want to just encourage you to just be open-minded about the messages that we receive. It's really hard when we're calling in for a reading and we have a specific subject or topic on our mind. We get a little focused. So we've had other situations reading with people over the last 30 years where someone really wants some specific information. So when I take callers, I'm going to go ahead and just ask if you want a general reading or if there's a specific question. We'll go ahead and dive into whichever scenario you've opted for. But just keep in mind, sometimes we are meant to receive other information. We don't always get the privilege of connecting with those on the other side, but I will always do my best and just honor the information that I'm receiving. So for the group as a whole, I thought before we jump in, we'd just look at just maybe some general messages for audience that maybe won't be calling in. This is, again, the master number 11 is the month of February. It's the universal month of February. So we've talked a little bit about lining intuition. We've talked about just following alignment. It's also about negotiations, partnerships, agreements. So we have, a few days left in the month. I would just want to encourage you to just really think about the energy that's available to you to make peace, find harmony, really reflect on your values, the intuition that you are given with just as a gift, and see what you can do to make the most of these last days of the month of February. We're going to have a lot of exciting energy coming up um, in the month of March. Energetically, we'll be looking at the number 3, which is really all about expression and joy. It's going to be a little bit more playful, not so serious. So, hope you all stay tuned for that. And we actually have Cindy joining us. Cindy, can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Yes. Hi, Cindy. Thanks for tuning in. How are you tonight?
I'm good.
I want to know how I can be of service to you. So, would you like a general reading, or would you like to discuss a specific topic, or do you have a specific question you'd like to cover?
Probably just a general reading.
Okay. Let's see. Well, first of all, I will say not too many people know that I lived in Kentucky at one point. I'm not familiar with Grayson, but I was in Louisville. So I hope that you are staying warm in Kentucky.
Very cold here.
Yeah, I know. One of the reasons why I probably moved. The weather is not always my friend.
Well, we got flood and then snow.
Yeah. Well, I just bundle up. We're happy that you're with us tonight. I'm going to do my very best to give you something meaningful during our time together. I feel like the first thing that's coming up, Cindy, I feel like you're worried about someone not being honest with you, or keeping a secret, or not being as transparent maybe as they should be. Does this resonate with you at all?
Yes,
Okay. Um, and I always try to be mindful that we're in a public environment. So sometimes I will tiptoe around types of relationships or specific relationships just out of respect for you. So if there's anything that we're not able to cover, Cindy, on this call, you are more than welcome to reach out directly to me through Facebook Messenger or something, and I can always share more insights. But I feel like this feels like it's a pretty big deal to you. I'm gonna say I think you have great concern that something has changed in your environment. You're just not getting all the information that you need from someone. It does feel like more of a personal relationship than a professional relationship. Does that make sense for you?
yes,
Okay. I also feel like this relationship, it's long standing. I feel like that this person, I'm just going to say person, has been in your life for quite some time, and I would say I would say for some reason I think you used to be on a pedestal, and it may be that maybe you're not getting all the attention or communication or interaction that you used to get. Does that also make sense for you?
yes,
Okay. Um, Here's the thing. Um, I don't feel like I don't feel like anyone's deliberately trying to lie to you. Okay. I don't think that anyone's going out of their way and trying to mislead you or lie to you. But I do think that there are some circumstances that someone believes you are better not knowing. And not necessarily because you don't deserve to know, but I feel like they don't want you to worry, or they don't want you to make it a bigger deal than it really is. Does this sort of relationship or interaction with this person, does that sound familiar?
yes,
Okay. Um, I think that this is a time for you. One, I want to encourage you to be direct if you have concerns. I think keep the emotions in check, be direct, and just ask if there's a need for a conversation or how the person is doing, whether or not there's anything that you can be supportive about. And so you're not targeting a specific topic, but you're having kind of a more open ended approach to see if they might reveal a little bit more information to you. Um, but I also feel like this is happening in the sense that you need to trust this relationship. I feel like that it's been on shaky ground for a while because of just life changes, life events. And I feel like you need to kind of reflect on foundation and communication and loyalty that has been there in the past. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, is it, were you wondering, just in calling tonight, were you wondering if you might find out some dirt or some dish on someone doing something that's not okay?
No, not really. I
Okay.
mean, like, I'm emotional, I guess.
Yep.
I mean,
I
stressed
think it
out much.
scares, yeah, I think it scares this person. Cindy, I think just because you are emotional, I think they're just worried that if you knew that certain things maybe weren't going as well as this person would like them to, that you would worry, you would stress out, you would get over involved, you'd get really upset. And I just think that they're trying to protect you by not sharing, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Let me see
And
if
I've
we
had
can
like
figure
a
out.
lot of financial struggles,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
just
I also
stressful.
yeah, I feel like so there's also an element of control. I think that this person just they want to be the boss, and I think you also like to be the boss. Would you say
Yes.
that's true? Okay. So I'm not going to dismiss the fact that I think this person probably what doesn't feel good to you is, you know, you not having information feels a little bit like a weapon, but they're just controlling about all sorts of things. So just take it with a grain of salt. I don't know if they're in the military, but I get that sort of energy that they've been in the military, or they kind of just keep things close to their vest. They like to have the power and the decision making. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. I also feel like, have you had someone pass in the last year?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just getting, I think that there is, I don't know if there's a connection between the secrets and the person that's passed away. Um, but I just feel like part of the worry and the concern about you is that you've also gone through some other things this past year. So because they don't want to put more on your plate, so to speak. So I'll just say I'm sorry, and I'm sorry for the loss that you've had, but I think you're doing pretty well under the circumstances. Was this a parent?
No, it was my uncle.
Your uncle. Okay. I just feel just the older energy, but I feel like you're doing well under the circumstances. So just keep the faith, my friend. Um, just remember the foundation this relationship and connection was founded on. And just know sometimes they just do the power play sort of stuff, but I don't think they're meaning to hurt you. I don't think they're doing anything really scandalous. I just think they're withholding information because they know how you will react when things aren't going well, and that you take too much on yourself. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. Um, no idea where you can go gambling in Kentucky, but I also feel like it feels like in the coming months, that you may do something whirlwind-ish. It's almost in celebration of getting through kind of this season that you've been in. So I don't know if you have
Mhm.
plans to go to Vegas or if you're thinking something, but I feel a gambling energy, kind of a whirlwind, just kind of 2, 3, maybe 4-day getaway to just really cut loose. Um, so if that opportunity presents itself, I would say it would be good for you because I think you deserve it.
Okay. That's
Are you
funny
all
that you
right?
said that. It really is. Yes.
What makes it funny?
I'm getting ready to take a trip.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good because I see it and I think you just need to cut loose, let your hair down, have some fun. And for some odd reason, I think you're gambling. So I don't know if you play bingo or slot machines or where it is, but I
I
think
wouldn't
you've
play
got some.
bingo and I do scratch off.
Okay. Okay. So I just think
My
that
stress
you're going to have a
reliever.
good time. Yes, you're going to have a
Yes.
good time. Let your hair down. And my dear, just don't worry. I know you've been through a lot. I just think that this person is really trying to protect you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I hope that helps and you have a great time on your trip.
Okay. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay. I think we have Shelly calling from California. Shelly, can you hear me okay? That's okay. We're just going to take 1 minute here. Um, so we love that Cindy is going on a trip. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm definitely jonesing for a trip. It's been a little cold here in Boise over the last few weeks, and we're just starting to warm up a little bit this week. So um, we'll get through the winter months in the U.S., and I'm looking forward to spring. That's for sure. So I think we're just waiting for Shelly to get reconnected. And we'll just give it another minute. So in the meantime, know if anyone else out there might be in a situation. Okay. Hey, Shelly.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Good. Oh, well, Simi Valley, California. I'm just around the corner in Boise, Idaho.
Oh, I got to get on a plane to see you.
There you go. So I would like to know how I can help you, Shelly. Would you like a general reading or do you have a specific question or topic that you would like to try and cover?
Half and half. I'll go with the more general, not general, but something's been happening to my house. I want to say for 10 years now, where things are open, things are moved. It starts at about 2 in the morning with a big boom in the house. Neighbors think we're bowling down the stairs that it's such a large boom that enters my house. I've had UCLA paranormal activity people at my house, psychics at my house, and I'd like to know if it's a poltergeist, if it's a member of my family.
So I
Um,
don't know. So why don't we start there? So I'll be fully transparent. I'm not a Ghostbuster. Um,
okay,
I'm very
then we
connected
can go
with.
general.
No,
Yeah.
that's okay. Well, we can start with this, and it may be Shelley that this just sort of evolves into just a broader message for you. So I would think
I
first
don't
and
know. I
foremost.
don't know because my mom was living with us. This is before she passed away. This was right after my sister passed away, and my
So
husband and all of us heard things
okay, but
covered.
no, no, I
It's
think what I'm
bizarre.
saying, Shelley, I think what I'm trying to say, Shelley, is that don't worry about asking for specifics or general. I think the energy that I get, I will do my best just to give you an authentic message that is meant for you. I'm hearing,
Okay.
I, I believe your situation is real. I'm just telling you it's not a specialty of mine, but energetically, I get a male energy. But before I get into that, Shelley, I think what's most important is that you not be afraid. Okay.
I'm not.
Um,
I
okay, good.
actually find it interesting.
Well, and this is what I was going to say. I think that you're open to the energy. You're obviously paying attention. I almost feel like just energetically, I feel like this is a game. It's sort of become a game. Um, so I don't know. The male energy that I'm getting feels like they have a really great sense of humor. And I don't know. It feels sort of a peer, but maybe a little bit older than you. Did you say your husband passed?
No, not my husband. My sister did, and then my mom did.
Okay. So I get masculine energy. So if it is, if it's a relative, we'll say, I don't know if they're trying to communicate something to the masculine energy, but I think just first and foremost, don't be afraid. I think if you want to change the energy in your home, if you want it to stop, I think it's literally as much as having strong intention with everyone in the house to ask that it stop, or maybe give them other alternatives like, hey, instead of sounding like a bulldozer, can you play some music or play with the lights, right? Instead of the stairs. So I think your intention in what is happening in your home is probably first and foremost, but it feels like just there is spirit energy. It feels playful to me. It feels more like a game, and I get male energy around it. So I don't know how old your house is. I don't know if you have any other kind of history where you are, but again, just first and foremost, don't be scared, set your intentions, and literally just know you can communicate with all of these energies directly. Just give them some options, tell them how you feel, and I think you can find those boundaries that you're looking for. Okay.
Not
Um,
harmful.
Pardon?
As long as I know that they're not harmful.
Well, that's why I said I don't think you should be afraid. And you said you're not afraid, you're
Not at
curious,
all. Yes.
right? And
Yes.
and I think it's that curiosity that is noticing the additional activity. So let's move on from that one again. Just focus on your intentions. Um, Focus on what it is that you would like to happen. Have your direct communication, and I believe that will get sorted out. But I do want to talk a little bit more about just sort of the male energy. Yeah, I know you said you're married. Um, I feel that there is some sort of business proposal coming up. I don't know if someone has approached you or your husband, but I feel like there's an opportunity to invest in some sort of uh, business pursuit. Does this resonate with you?
No, just that my old boss called me to come back, and I'm
Okay.
contemplating that.
So that's a proposal, right? And that's business. I would say it's employment, right, as opposed to like an individual business venture. But I am going to
Right.
say this. I think that this opportunity that's presenting itself, I think you do need to think long and hard about what that means for you because you have the hindsight 2020. Um, so
Mhm.
just think about your time, the time and energy that you've put in before. I feel like you may not have been receiving all that you were entitled or deserved before. So I want to
Yes.
encourage you to use this as a huge negotiation opportunity. So first, before you give any sort of response, come up with your own list of how can this opportunity make your life better? What is it that
Mhm.
maybe you didn't have before that you would like in the future? And I feel like this isn't a long-term scenario. I think you could do it for a couple of years if you want, but I feel like even in the short term, this may be something that you only want to do for 6 to 12 months. But I think it's an
Exactly.
opportunity. Yeah, I think it's an opportunity for you to definitely bring some more income. And I hate to say I think you're bored, but I think you're bored.
I
So
am.
yeah, I think you need some things to do right now, and I think that this would be good for you, but don't give an answer until you have your list of sort of negotiable counter offer because I think you can get basically anything you want right now. Job
I
title,
think
more
you could
money,
be right.
days off.
I do think you could be
So
right. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay, now
um
health. What about health? Do you come across
so
anything
I
with that?
Yeah. So interestingly enough, I sort of have these weird cosmic agreements that I don't really do death and health. I'm not a doctor. I don't diagnose things, but I can just energetically say this. I remember when I just said that you were bored.
Yes.
I'm not going to call you a hypochondriac, but I'm going to say I think sometimes you look for problems health wise.
Because I'm bored. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't sense energetically that there's anything wrong. I think that you probably have the same list of things that lots of people can do. We can all get more water, we can all eat a little bit better, we can get some more exercise. But energetically, I feel like you're a healthy, active person. I just feel like you're bored and
Mhm.
you're trying to come up with things. And that may also be why you're paying a lot of attention to what's happening at the house. Maybe the energy in the house wants you to go back to work. So just
I don't know. I think it's something like you hit it on the head. Playful.
yeah. Oh
Whatever
no, I
it
think
is,
it's
it's
playful. Yeah, I
playful.
think it's playful. Yeah. But I will say this, I think use what you can for this opportunity to negotiate another step forward with your employment and financial circumstances. Don't worry about the energy at the house and just know I think that there's a lot of other exciting things coming, but this employment situation is probably 6 to 12 months. And just look forward to the future. Keep yourself busy. But I thank you so much, Shelley, for calling in. I wish you the best. And just don't be afraid in your home. Don't be afraid.
Oh, well,
Just
I'm really not.
appreciate it.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Just appreciate it. But I think you've got some other things coming up. I think you're going to go back to this job. Just make sure that you've got your list of demands because I think you can get a lot out of this situation. Okay.
Okay. Very good. Thank
Perfect.
you so much. Appreciate
You're
it.
so very welcome. You take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
So, as we know, life can bring us all kinds of turns. I just want to thank all of you for spending time with me. I'm sure there's a lot happening in your own world, but I know you're all contributing to your family, your community, special causes, and advocating for others, but it means the world that you're here. I hope to see you next week. Again, if you'd like to connect through the Facebook page, you can plug in with A1R Psychic Radio. You can tune in to Moonstruck TV, and you can also reach one-on-one on mystic-b.com. Wishing you lots of love, insight, and beautiful energy, and I'll see you next week.